Alright guys, so by now you probably have seen this sheet, and so I don't know which order these videos are going to come out in, but I did go ahead and create a weekly check-in sheet, and so I'm just going to share with you guys where I pulled all of the numbers. So let's just pull this out and let's flip to the first week of January. And so for bills, we do track bills on a weekly basis, and we track groceries, and we track restaurants, gas, and allowance. But bills are, it's kind of like, it is what it is. Either, you know, we have to pay our bills, so it doesn't really matter essentially how much they end up costing us. We still have to pay our bills. But groceries, restaurants, gas, and allowance, which are those variable expenses, those are ones that we can totally cut back on if need be, or, you know, try to make the most of it. Obviously, we can't really cut back on gas. Probably we just have to get, you know, gas for whatever the price is, but we can, you know, essentially try to cut back on groceries and restaurants and allowance, which is obviously the goal, to do better the month. You should do better than the previous month, essentially, is what the goal is. So this week, this is January 1 through January the 7th. I did color coordinate our bills, so we have all of these for bills. And like I said, it doesn't really matter how much we spend for bills. We kind of have to spend that money. But we did spend $798.25 the first week. Groceries, this and this, $46.32. And just sometimes, this is actually a Sprite that my husband bought. It depends on what the item actually is. And that kind of depends on how I categorize it. So I could totally take it from allowance, but it's kind of like a grocery item. So like sometimes when we stop in like Circle K or something to get like an item that we need, like a food item, technically I just take it out of groceries typically. So $45.32 plus $1 is $46.32. So that's how that works. And then I just go through, I've gone through and kind of counted up all of the purple, and those were restaurants, which we were already over our monthly budget the first week, but you guys know how that goes. No need to even try to justify. Gas, my husband filled up for the month. No, I filled up, and then my husband filled up for the month, so we spent $45 in gas for the first week. And then allowance, so I'm forfeiting my allowance, which is why you see the no spend days, particularly because I like to present challenges to myself, and also because I'm going to the Bahamas this month, so no need for an allowance for me. So my husband spent $25.35 and $9.72, which is $35.07. Wait, did I add that up right? Oh, yeah, we're good. I think. Y'all know I'm not the greatest at math. $25.35 plus $9.72. Oops, plus 3. Okay, we're good. So that's the first week, and then the second week, bills, we actually ended up spending $240 for bills because you guys, I don't know how I messed this up, but our gym fees aren't due until the 17th. My personal trainer fees were due on the 12th. So $240 came out of our account instead of the $19.99, which is accurate, but I kind of messed that up. And I messed it up on the monthly as well, and so that's kind of why I messed it up, because I messed it up here, so therefore I messed it up here, but that's a whoopsie. Groceries, Walmart and Circle K, and then a Sprite, same kind of thing, $55.42. Restaurants, over yet again, counted up all of the yellows, $60.04. And then gas, $22, that was me, and then my husband spent $30.63 of his allowance. And so now we are in week 3. Again, I'm doing this on Sunday, so this is kind of like our mid-month check-in. And so these are the numbers. And I shared with you guys, I don't know the order in which these videos are going to come out, but this is the amount of our weekly spending, so week 1 and week 2. And so this is the total amount that we have budgeted for the month. And so what I've done is 200 minus 46.32 is 153.68, and then 153.68 minus 55.42 is 98.26. This lets me know that right now, at this very moment, this is the evening of Sunday, January the 14th, we have 98.26 technically left of our groceries budget. And so I'll just keep filling in and filling in. And so technically week 5 doesn't really count, because what's going to happen is after the month ends January the 31st. But what's going to happen is I'm not really, like, the month ends that week, so I won't technically do like a check-in for that because the month will essentially end, if that makes sense. So I'll kind of start this over on the 1st. So week 5 technically doesn't really count, so I really don't need a space for that. But anyway, whenever I do 98.26 minus whatever we spend for week 3, I'll put that total here, and then I will take that total minus week 4 and put that total here, and that will just let us know anyway how much we have left for week 5. Again, week 5 doesn't really matter for us because there's only a couple days at the end of the month for January, and we've accommodated for that. So I kind of just did this with week 1 through week 5 just to share with you guys how you might do it. But technically I would have never kind of put the week 5 there because of the way we budget, if that makes sense. Probably not, but we'll address that at a later date. Then I have the same for restaurants. So this was our monthly budget, which means that we are over, and I need to go ahead and do that, which is what we're going to do today, or finish up doing. I mean, it doesn't even really matter at this point, but we'll do it anyway. So that is 50. 50 minus 60, 28 means that we are negative equals negative. We had negative $10.28 left after the first week, minus 60.04, which means that we have negative $70.32 left, which basically means that we're negative $70.32 over budget. Well, we're $70.32 over budget. So that's kind of like the whole purpose of this. This is kind of like my actual column, if that makes sense. I know a lot of this stuff y'all are probably like, what? But trust me, you'll catch on as we progress. So 120 minus 45 equals 75. So we had $75 left the first week, minus 22. So now we have $53, which is pretty good. And then we have 100 minus 35.07, which is 64.93, minus 30.63 equals 34.30. So what this tells us is that we have 98.26 left for the last, again, I basically consider it 2 more weeks just because of how we do our budget. So basically 2 more weeks left of January, or it's the 14th. So yeah, I mean, basically 2 weeks left of January, and we have about $100 left. So we're doing pretty good for our budget because our budget was $200 and we still have 92.26 left. And then our restaurant's budget was $50. We went over the first week by $10.28, and now we are over $70.32. I don't have any words. Gas, we had $75 left as of the end of the first week, and then the second week we spent $22. So now, as of the 14th, we have $53. So we're doing pretty good there. And then for allowance, my husband had 100. As of the first week, he had 64.93. Now he has 34.30 to last him the rest of the month. Again, this is just kind of something that I whipped together, this little sheet, so that you guys can kind of maybe create a sheet of your own. I'm still perfecting this. I think I'll do it a little bit differently next month, but I'm definitely going to do another one next month, but it'll be a little bit differently. But pretty much it won't have a week 5. Anytime there's like a 5th week and it has like a few days in it, if it's not like a full 5th week, which is never going to be the case, I'm pretty sure, then I won't actually count that as a full week just because of how we do our budget, if that makes sense. But anyway, we are doing pretty good for groceries, gas, and allowance. We're actually right on track. I have no words for restaurants, no words whatsoever. I just hope that we're under in the rest of these categories so we can make up that difference. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.